The Trailblazers had cut the lead to 14 heading into the fourth quarter after being down by as many as 23 points in that third quarter. But it is the Rockets who imposed their will defensively tonight, especially in the second half, as they get the 140-116 victory in this Emirates NBA Cup game. This is the Fred Meyer postgame show. I'm Jamie Hudson, joined by Michael Holton. Michael, Houston's defense, they were ready to go tonight.
Yeah, we're accustomed to the Blazers dictating the terms of engagement with pressure. Well, the Blazers saw what it looks like when the other team shows up, and they play the same card. I thought the pressure defense of the Rockets throughout the game turned the Trailblazers over, and they were willing to play an up-tempo game. So it was really interesting to see how the Blazers really struggled to get a high volume of quality looks against that Rocket defense.
It did feel like a tale of two halves as we see the first half versus the second half. I mean, Portland at the breakdown, just 9 points.
Yeah, and so, again, defense impacts you in a number of ways. You know, when you don't get a quality shot, you got to make sure that your lack of offense doesn't affect your defense. And I thought the Rockets also did a good job of spacing the floor and kind of getting a rhythm offensively.
Yeah, those turnovers a big factor. 30 points off turnovers for the Rockets tonight. Shaedon Sharpe, though, once again, a highlight reel for us as we watch with his dunks, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, when things are going well, I mean, the Trailblazers are able to get to the paint. You know, paint touches is an area that the Blazers really kind of highlight. When things are going well, they're getting to the paint by pass and by dribble. And when that happens, they get quality looks at the rim.
Coach Thiago Splitter sitting down with the media just moments ago. Let's hear from him.
It seemed like that 11-0 run that they went on in the first quarter at the end when you guys were up by 2 was kind of backbreaker a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, not just that. I mean, I think the game have runs, right? Like we had a run, they have a run. We were taking shots that they want us to take, like a lot of like floaters and mid-ranges that some of the guys, we shouldn't have take those shots. And they were just running at us with easy layups on the other side. So you just got to be smart, take better shots, and do what we do. I think for a moment there we didn't, and they took advantage.
Alperen said earlier today that you're like a brother to him. What about his personality made it so you guys could mesh so much as individuals?
His willingness to learn, I would say, and be coachable, and me just being honest with him. I was always honest with him. Even when I got here, I told him, Shengun, you out of shape. You cannot eat that dessert. Stuff like that, just being honest to him.
Coach, you guys have been in so many close games. This is kind of the first one that really got away from you. Is it just one of those nights, or does it raise a red flag for you? Or
I would say not a red flag, but it's like I said, I want to compete every night, and we got out compete today. They play harder than us, and give them credit. They are a good team. This is a very good team, and for some reason, we didn't have it, and they won the fight.
Coach, it seems like there are a few plays every game where Shaedon Sharpe gets to display his playmaking ability. How much is it for you to increase that skill for him? Now, of course, being able to see plays and make plays like 2-3 plays ahead.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the guys that create offense for us, right? He start the engine and drive it and make the whole defense shrink. Sometimes it's time for him to go and finish. Sometimes for him to go and kick out the ball and find shooters or another driver. So I think he's doing a tremendous job. Tonight maybe wasn't his best night, but still, he's a very valuable player for us.
All right, all good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach Splitter, after this Emirates NBA Cup game, and talking about the shot quality of his team, he didn't think that was there tonight.
No, he gave credit where credit was due. The Houston Rockets defense affected the Trailblazers' rhythm and the type of shots that they got. You could see it watching the game, and I like that Thiago just really gave credit where credit was due. But let's break down some of the possessions where the Trailblazers got that good loving feeling and got those paint dips and got to the rim.
Okay, unpack it.
Well, when you get a quality screen, that's generally what opens up your opportunity. You get screen, you get roll, and you reward the guy that rolls. But that screen happened outside the 3-point line. So that opened up the floor. And then now this is early in the clock. You get ball reversal, and now the defense doesn't really get set, or you get the matchup that you prefer, and JG able to beat Sengun off the bounce. Those were the type of possessions the Trailblazers didn't have enough of in this game.
Yeah, those two right there, we saw the spacing with this team. But tonight, second chance points, still, that's where the Blazers did get some work done there.
No, and they were quality. I mean, the Trailblazers had 16 offensive rebounds, but they were 12 for 15 on their second chance shots. And so that speaks volumes, and that's the highest percentage that you can get. But when you move the defense, you get avenues of attack to the offensive board. And on nights when you're not getting the volume of shots you want to make sure you give yourself a second chance opportunity. And the Trailblazers were good in that game tonight.
Yeah, they were. All right, still to come here on the Fred Meyer post-game show, we're going to check in with our stats guru, Tom Haberstroh. Of course, Tom's got all the numbers on that Shaedon Sharpe crazy dunk. That's still to come. And hey, Rip City, Glass Knights, they are back. Be one of the first 5,000 fans in the arena for the November 19th matchup against the Chicago Bulls, and you will secure a Jeremy Grant commemorative glass. Visit trailblazers.com/tickets to get your seats and see all the upcoming Rip City Glass Knights.
1, 2, 3, 1. Coming off the bench, he'll get some time. Nice feed in there from Kamara to Kling, and he stays with the play. Crowd quiet as the Blazers have taken it right at Houston. Oh, a tip jam. Rob Williams, the third. Hard left hand, Lamar. There he comes. Greg Smith out with it, and then launches. Wow. Scores on another 3-2. Tossing over Holiday. Give it. Oh. That got the stamp of approval.
Shaedon Sharpe in 31 minutes of work, finished with 19 points. He had 8 rebounds to go along with his 3 assists this evening, 7 of 16 from the field. But what got a lot of people talking would be that dunk over Jabari Smith Jr. So with more on Shaedon Sharpe's dunk, we bring in Tom Haberstroh. Tom, what are the numbers saying on this dunk?
Yeah, the numbers are saying that this was the best dunk in the NBA, not just tonight, not just this season, but actually in the advent of the dunk score metric at NBA.com starting last season. This dunk was the best dunk we've seen on record in this dunk score formula, which actually considers 25 different attributes of a dunk, calculating jump score, power score, style score, defensive contest. And here you see the contest by Jabari Smith Jr., the cockback distance was 5.2 feet, and he slams it home. And I think that defensive contest is the reason why it rated slightly better than this one. But for my money, this is the best dunk I have seen from Shaedon Sharpe. It got a 113.9 score. The one tonight got 120.8. And it's such a nasty dunk from last year, the Washington Wizards one. The reason why tonight's dunk outrated that last year one against the Washington Wizards was because Justin Champagnie, he's only 6'6", 6'6" tall. And then you got over here Jabari Smith, who's 6'10", 6'11", and that defensive contest number, that subcategory was way higher on the dunk score tonight than that last one last year against the Wizards. So that's the difference. Over 25 different categories in that dunk score metric, and that defensive contest is a big one, which is why tonight's dunk outrated every dunk that we've seen in the NBA over the last 2 years.
So, Tom, the dunk score metric, as you just said, is relatively new. I believe this is season 2. So, Shaedon Sharpe's dunk, $120. The dunk that you're talking about from last year, what was the score on that dunk?
That was 113.9. So there's very rarely going to be any over 100. You might see on a given night you get a couple over 80. So anything over 100, that is A+ material.
Dang, because Tom, I thought 100 was like the max. Like I'm thinking 100%, but no, you can get what can you get up to? What's the ceiling?
There is no ceiling that I know of. I'd imagine you're going to see anything above 120 is going to be extremely rare. So Shaedon Sharpe, there's a good chance this is the best dunk of the season, considering it was the best dunk, better than any dunk last year. But there is no upper limit to the dunk score. So we'll see what Shaedon Sharpe has up his sleeve, guys.
Yes, we will be. We'll be watching that. Thanks so much, Tom. Appreciate it. Interesting, that dunk score.
I need it to be academic. I need it to be 100s. You know, A is 100. You know, $120, $180. But anyway.
Yeah, but Shaedon Sharpe getting the best dunk score we've seen all time since the dunk score was created.
Say it with your chest. Oh, that's being on a poster. Hey, he made them dizzy. If this was a boxing match, they would have gave that Smith kid Jr. Standing 8 count. Because Shaedon, he hit him so hard, he was wobbly for a minute.
He was. All right, now we know Shaedon Sharpe with the best dunk score so far. I don't know. He'll probably beat his own score here coming up shortly in this season. But coming up here on the Fred Meyer post-game show, Deni Avdija in the third quarter. He got going. He got an easy basket that led to a 3. You thought, okay, Deni's starting to cook. We'll have more on Avdija right after this break.
The Blazers taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, nice pass and catch. And he drops the hammer.
Holiday into the front court. He takes the three-pointer. Got it.
Another 3 for Holiday is good. Steps back over Queen. Cash it in.
Drew Holiday has scored 30 or more points twice as a visiting player in Dallas, which is tied for his most 30-point games in any road arena in his career. Don't miss Drew as he takes on rookie phenom Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks on Sunday at 4:30 on Blazer Vision and on the Rip City TV network. As the Blazers drop this second Emirates NBA Cup game, now they'll look ahead to Dallas, of course, Sunday. That wraps up the road trip, Michael. So this 5-game road trip coming to a close Sunday afternoon. That one tipping off at 4:30. Then it's back to Moda Center as they host the Suns Tuesday, Bulls on November 19th. All right, so we touched on this earlier, but Houston really found a way to get this Blazers offense out of sorts. So what was one of the biggest ways you saw?
Well, the pressure defense of Houston, because the 20 Trailblazer turnovers that resulted in 30 Rockets points. Of the 20 turnovers, 16 were steals by the Rockets. 16 of the 20 turnovers were live ball turnovers that led to fast break opportunities for the Rockets. And so that's hard to overcome.
That is. You don't see that many steals when you look at turnovers, live ball steals like that. Hey, so we're going to hand out our Fred Meyer shopping cart for tonight. And our winner is Deni Avdija. So the Fred Meyer shopping cart going to Deni tonight as he finished with those 22 points as he got going in the third quarter, Michael.
He deserved the golden shopping cart, the Fred Meyer golden
thank you.
shopping
I was like,
cart.
what? I'm missing
Jamie,
a word there.
Because
golden.
A slow start. I believe he had 4 points at the half, finished with 22. And so, he found a way on a night where nothing came easy to keep plugging, keep attacking, keep trying to find a way to make it happen. Deni Avdija, productive. Mm-hmm. And is rewarded with the golden shopping cart.
The golden shopping cart. That's right. Okay, so now we check in on the West Group C standings of the Emirates NBA Cup. Michael, we didn't talk too much about this on the show, but you and I were just talking about it in the break. The Rockets had lost their first NBA Cup game to the Spurs, so it kind of felt like they were really hungry to get this win tonight.
They were hungry, they were at home, and they were locked in. I mean, they were physical, and they clicked on all cylinders. But the beauty of the Emirates Cup is there's still time. There's still, look at that. I mean...
Yeah, we've only played 2 group play games.
Right, and there's only one undefeated team, so there's opportunity abound.
That's right. That's what we love. Okay, that's going to do it for this Fred Meyer post-game show. Thank you, Michael, for all of your insight tonight. Next up, after this 140-116 loss to the Rockets, it'll be the 5th and final game of the road trip. Portland is looking to get their first look at Cooper Flagg. The Blazers and Mavs tip off at 4:30 Sunday afternoon. Our pregame show will get underway at 4 o'clock on Sunday. Neil and Michael will have you covered for that one. Have a great weekend, Rip City. We'll see you Sunday.